place to be. Ain't no need to.
What's up? What's up, and welcome to Lunchtime in the Lab, your number one gambling podcast for quick picks. I am your host, as always, here at 11:30. Tried to be 11:30 sharp. I was right on the dot. In fact, I think I started like 30 seconds early today, so we were all over it. Of course, as soon as I start talking, the boy wants to come away from his Paw Patrol and come see what's up. Yeah, go watch it. I'll be back in there in a minute. I love kids. All right. Well, hey, thanks so much for joining. If you guys haven't hit that like button, go ahead and hit that for me. Make sure you hit the subscribe button too. If you're listening on the audio side of things and you're interested in checking out the video, seeing some of the graphics, it's at Lunchtime in the Lab to check me out on YouTube. If you have not seen already, I've been trying to get some extra videos on there. We have, I got baseball 101 posted. I'm looking at it on the other monitor here. First bet, baseball betting 101 game lines. I need to change the title because it doesn't match, but baseball 101 total bases total bases is a little confusing thing. Game lines, just an intro, but, I need to maybe work on possibly recording another video. I'm just trying to pump out some baseball knowledge as we go into the new seasons. A lot of people do struggle with baseball. So got to get that going. I keep hitting the wrong button. I did it again. I forgot to add the dang slides to this. So give me just a second while I awkwardly do this, and then we can get going. I do have 3 plays for us today, as usual. I'll tell you what, though, guys. Make sure, if you're not following me on Twitter, at LiveJoeBets, or your Instagram or something like that, where you can see, some of my messages and whatnot. If we have another weird day today, probably taking Sunday off. I feel like it's just kind of had some weird beats, and like there's just been some like I don't know, just weird stuff going on, and like even college baseball wasn't real friendly with me. I had some college baseball going again today though, so I mean that's certainly nice, but we'll see how it goes, but try to stay close if you are somebody that's or if I'm not here at 11:30 tomorrow and you've seen a bad day. I mean, I guess you know why. Sometimes you need a break. Sometimes you just need a refresher, and everything. You're looking at the board and everything kind of like looks the same, and everything's kind of blending together and everything. So it's sometimes sometimes you do just need a little break. So we'll get into it though. Here we'll skip the promo. You guys have seen that beer money promo enough. I will say though, we actually have a 30% code going right now for March Madness. So if any of you guys are interested in the promo for the beer money picks, get that going. So recap from yesterday though, CJ McCollum over 2.5 threes. He made one like fairly early, I think. I mean, I think he shot 1 for 7, 1 for 8 or something like that. Volume was there. They won the game. Volume was there. Just couldn't knock him down, unfortunately. I mean, I definitely called it right. Guys got to make their shots. Jokic over 25.5. I don't know what he ended at, to be honest, but I know he had 15 in the first quarter. We definitely cashed that one, I think, in the third quarter. Pretty easy bet there. Was all over that one for sure. So that was a nice little win. And Colin Sexton over 22.5 points. He finished at 21. Frustrating. I mean, you really can't. In fact, like I didn't watch it, but like I hear that he made a shot in the last like 10 seconds of the game or something like that, but it didn't count because there was like a shooting clock violation. So he in fact hit 23 points, but the shot didn't count right at the end of the game, I guess, or something like that. So I didn't see it, so I'm not going to dwell on it too much or anything, but that's definitely a little frustrating, though. So all right, let's get into plays here. Sometimes on weekends, I have just a ton of people in here watching. Some days, there's not. So if you're, watching on a recorded version today, I appreciate you guys just the same. Just make sure you, hit like that video for me, drop a comment or something like that. I definitely appreciate that stuff. But we'll get into it, kind of make this one a little quick, let you guys get your, get to the weekend and stuff and, kind of go have a good day or whatever. But first, Donovan Mitchell over 24.5 points. Over in 6 of his last 10 games. So nothing really exciting on this graph here. Hitting this number at a 65% clip. Not really a whole lot to say on paper. Like it's not like a fantastic matchup. We can't say that like they're the number one team. Rockets are number one team against position or anything like that. No Mobley, no Strus. So like the volume's going to continue to be there. He just had his first game back from injury, scored just 14 points. In that game, he only played 27 minutes, but I mean, there's like a blowout. He didn't really even need to play the fourth quarter. I don't know if he did or not. He shot just 5 for 16. So I'm excited to kind of like back this because You guy coming off injury, normally got to knock some rust off, everything like that. And I would say he certainly did that, throwing up 16 shots, but only making 5 of them. I would fully expect him to turn around and make a lot more of these shots today. So game number 2 back from injury, we should see more minutes. He's going to be rested. He's got a couple days off or whatever. And hopefully, like I said, he knocked the rust off. Shooting 5 for 16 is obviously not very good, and you hate to kind of turn around and like back a guy like that. But I mean, he is going to put up the volume, and that number is just extremely low. You just look at this number; it's only 20. We need 25 points to cash. I mean, it's at least 3 or 4 points lower than it normally is. So I mean, you got to ride with it, I think, and we'll ride with Mitchell over 24.5. I do plan on. I wasn't going to, but after I gave this play out in the Discord that's coming up, and then after writing it up, and then it's just a good matchup. So I think we will run that that 10 excuse me, that 10K rollover. We're gonna do LeBron James over 7.5 rebounds. If you look at the graph here, it only shows 9 games, but he's actually over this in 5 straight and 11 of his last 12 games against the Warriors. That's awesome. It's just a matchup that he's obviously destroyed them in. Not to mention he had 20 rebounds against them last time they played. In the last 7 and last 15, the Warriors are giving up the most rebounds to small forwards in the league. So this is a spot, unlike Mitchell, where he does have a pretty damn good matchup in terms of what other players have been allowed to do against this Warriors team. We also have a spread of 3.5 points today. Should be pretty dang closely fought. Should be a really good game, to be honest. I'm excited to see this one. We also are going to have a pretty nice pace game. Both of these teams rank inside the top 11. So, faster pace means more possessions, means more potential misses and more rebound chances for everybody on the court. There's times where LeBron does not play with AD, so you kind of worry a little bit, is AD going to suck up all the boards? But AD, I mean, he's got a line of 13.5, I think, but I mean, he hasn't hit this very often against the Warriors. I mean, he's hit 10 plus, so I guess you worry about that, but then you worry, I don't know if maybe AD wasn't in last time. I didn't even look at that, to be honest, when he had 20, but I don't think it matters. I mean, we need not even half of that. We need just 8 to cash. And he's also just in general, he's over this in 2 straight games and 3 of his last 4. So he's been in a pretty good position, for LeBron to take it home for us. So this is definitely my favorite play of the day. Is LeBron over 8 or more rebounds. He is questionable. Everybody's questionable all the time. So if he doesn't play, I mean, it's not the end of the world. It'll just be a void. So I will be making a second video as soon as I get over with this. You guys obviously have caught it here, but then some of the people that weren't live or whatever that checks out the channels, that's just another type of video that I'm trying to put out as just an additional, same information, to be quite honest, but and then post it out. Everybody loves the 10K, 10-day rollover, however you want to do it. So that'll be that play. Will be the LeBron one for today. If you guys want to participate, put $10 on it. It was minus 115 when I put it out for the Discord. So like a 1.15 unit in the Discord. It's moved to minus 120 is where I just recently took it for $10. So hopefully it doesn't continue to move. It's back down to minus 118. So it's going to move all over the place. I do feel like, I mean, this game doesn't start for another 9 hours. I think this line moves. I think it could go up to 8.5, to be completely honest. Unless if AD was ruled out or something crazy like that, obviously it's going to go way, way up, my wife goes, she knows what time it is. I'm trying to pull him up. I wanted to see if AD happened to not play when he had that 20 rebound game. Not like it matters. I'm going to take it anyway, but I just happened to think about it. So I would definitely like to have that knowledge with Anthony Davis head to head. Okay. So AD was in when he had that 20 rebound game. It says that AD is a game time decision too on what I seen, but I didn't think that was the case. I didn't know if he was hurt or not, but whatever. Moving into the third play here. Before we do it though, obviously make sure, as always, hit the subscribe button if you haven't. I think I'm 12 away from 450. So I mean, just milestones and milestones, just trying to get as much as I can. I had somebody subscribe. I posted on Twitter. I said, hey, go hit that damn button for me. But like the video for me too, please. Very lastly, third play here. And then for those of you that are, hopped in late here, we'll do the recap. You can see the recap at the end. But Anthony Edwards over 29.5 points is the third play for today, third and final play. in the NBA. Looking at the graph here, he is over in 4 of his 6 games without Cat. And you can see when he goes over pretty well. When he doesn't hit it, he certainly doesn't hit it. But when he cashes the line for us, he's had 34 at his minimum. And I think he's got a pretty good spot here today. In the last 15, the Jazz are giving up the 9th most points to shooting guards. So nothing crazy like LeBron where he gets a matchup where it's like a most kind of situation on one of the extremes. It is still better than the, the bottom half or whatever. So it's a solid matchup. You certainly can't complain about that. On the year, they're giving up the 13th most points to shooting guards. But if you look at like their recent games and like the top scorer against the Jazz, so whoever like the top points getter is, like they've been whooping them. Jimmy Butler went for 37, Jordan Poole 32, DeRozan 29, Jamal Murray for 37, Tatum for 38, DeJounte Murray for 33. So, I mean, if you're looking at this lineup, there's no Cat in. Who's going to lead this team in scoring? Obviously, Anthony Davis. Not Anthony Davis. Jeez, OP. Anthony Edwards. Just talking about AD. Obviously, Anthony Davis is going to – oh, my gosh. It's because my wife's texting me. I told her yesterday. She kept calling me. I'm like, you know that I do my show at 11:30. Oh, I thought it's done. I've been talking for 10 minutes. And here she is like doing the same thing. Women, man. Anthony Edwards, who on the Wolves is going to be the top scorer. It's Anthony Edwards. It has to be. I mean, Gobert's even looking like he's going to be potentially not in, which I don't think really changes anything, but should be a pretty close game. I don't know if Markkanen's coming back. I did see he was a game time decision and not listed as out. I don't think that really changes anything, but we have a spot where, Ant has done really well without Cat on the court. Like I said, he's over in 4 of 6, missed a couple, came right back. And when he goes over pretty well. He's obviously going to be he's 100% going to be the top scorer, top point scorer for the Wolves. So it's just a solid spot, to be completely honest. And, for the kind of spots I'm looking for and everything, so that's all I got for the most part, guys. I didn't, today, quick show, like I kind of mentioned. I honestly, not as many people watching today as usual, which is obviously completely fine. I mean, I've done this with nobody watching. So I see, we were up to like 10 or something. There's 5 right now. Like, hey, I certainly wish there was more. Definitely not upset or anything like that. It's much more enjoyable to talk to a bunch of people. And that's when the show takes longer, is I get to interact and talk about some other things and stuff. So a bit of a shorter day, but that's definitely okay. Want to, go help. I got a friend that's moving and stuff too, that I think I might be helping today. So got some early plays out. I got a college baseball play out in the Discord. If you're part of that, you can get in on it. Got to get the get back. Still up like 15 units. We dropped a couple yesterday. But today we're going to ride Donovan Mitchell over 24.5 points, LeBron James over 7.5 rebounds, and Anthony Edwards over 29.5 points. I am going to make that additional video after I get this one posted. I got to mess with, putting the audio up for the podcast, just the audio side podcast. But I'll turn around and make a video for the 10K challenge. We'll do the 10K, the $10 on LeBron James over 7.5 rebounds. That will be our play for that. Start the day one here. And then, like I said, if you're not following me, I'm due for a day off. It just feels like, I don't know how many days in a row I've been doing this, but every day sometimes it starts to blend in. And we've had a weird streak where we've been losing a few days in a row after, guys. I mean, I was positive in like 13 out of the last 16 days. And I think I've dropped in the last 3 days. I think I've had 2 losing days. It's unlike what happens normally for me. And I certainly owe you guys more or whatever, so if we have another weird day, maybe take tomorrow off and just hang out with the family and do some stuff, so, but I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. I appreciate everybody that watches on the live. Hopefully we get some people that watched it on the recorded version. If you're watching it recorded, thanks so much as well. Just remember to hit that like button and try to help me out, share it around or whatever, if you can, help me grow, and I'll see you guys back potentially more than likely tomorrow. If not, we'll look at doing on Monday or something like that, but I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Good luck. Game one starts at 5. This Mitchell game starts at 5 my time. Everything else is like 8 or 9. So at least we get a little bit of early action. But even then, that's 5 hours from now. So enjoy your time, and I'll see you guys back tomorrow.